Okay, so if you're using plasma sex, I've had this problem where if I have a specific, if I have a very, here, let's say, go to colors and themes. We go into login screen SDDM, and I see this theme, this one right here. I remember this theme from like some of the older versions, and the one on my Debian machine does not have this, and I really want this because I really like this. I apply it, obviously. The hell? Oh. All said and good, right? So, let's restart. The screen's nasty. And you think that... And so the grub... Everything seems as normal. Right now, this is exactly what you would expect. And so ordinarily, it should only take like a few extra seconds to log in, or not to log in, but to show the login. So it's really like 10 seconds. You could probably hear the laptop fan isn't spinning, like, at all. Normally, when loading the login screen, the fan on this thing is spinning. You can tell the drive's not really doing anything either. And so it's just frozen. Well, it's not frozen, it's just no login screen is showing up. What you want to do is Control-Alt F3. I can't really do that with two hands because I had to hit this function key. So, hold on. If I do Control-Alt F3, then I am able to log in via the console. So if I username and of course my password. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, oops. I always get that mixed up. I always like put my password in instead of my username. Let me clear this so you don't see my password. Not that it really matters, but... So now I am logged in just a text terminal, no graphical interface. And so you might be wondering, now what do I do? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have an internet connection. So what you'll want to type in here would be systemctl start net net you're going to want to do this right here. Start Network Manager Service. Put in your password. Authentication complete, so that will give you an internet connection. And attempt to do Start X. And theoretically, you should be able to get to a screen with 3 different Xterm terminals. If this does not work, you're going to want to install Xterm, which would just be, if you're in Arch, you would do sudo pacman -uppercase S Xterm. You know, if you were in like a Debian based distro like Ubuntu or Linux Mint, you would do apt install Xterm. And if you're doing a Red Hat based distro like Fedora or Nobara, you would instead do DNF install and install Xterm. Once you are in this kind of a screen, this is where you'll do Start Plasma, all one word, then -X11. X11 is not what you should be using for Plasma 6, but to recover from the situation, this is what you're going to want to do. Hit enter. And you see now we are logging into Plasma. And so if you've had this issue, not knowing that it was a theme, and it could potentially be this problem, then obviously you'd want to go and change it. Do not close these terminals while you do this, because your Plasma session is running off of these terminals. So what you'll want to do is go into your system settings and change your theme, or not your theme, but your login screen. Changing the global theme will not change this. You have to specifically go to login screen to change this. And so now that's changed. And so now let's say we go to this one. Just reboot. Just give it a second. Normally this probably go a lot faster. This computer is pretty slow. I will come back to it once it... Oh, nope, there it goes. Just give it a second. And I'll come back to it once it actually, like, does something. Yes, this computer is pretty slow, so it obviously take a little longer on this computer than it would on pretty much anything else. So bear with me here. It did not take this long before, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so now we're in Grub. We just do Arch Linux or whatever distro you're using. So as we can see, it looks about the same as before. Even though this time it should actually give us a login screen. And it looks the same at first, but just give it a moment. This computer is a little slow. So again, we'll give it about 10 seconds. See, it didn't even need that long. And see, a login screen shows up. Make sure you're in Wayland. Although if you don't want to, you don't necessarily have to, but you should. And we should be logging in. Yep, there we go. And just make sure it actually boots us into the desktop. There we go. Awesome. So, yeah, definitely give this a shot if your login screen is not showing up. And I hope you found this video useful.